I don't know. I was wondering.
Hello there. Are you Sneako?
Yeah.
It's good to meet you. I'm a Christian. Do you mind if I have a dialogue?
Hi, brother.
Hello.
We got a Christian but ethno-nationalist over there. Would you be interested? You know who? Guy with the ribbon. And
I'll chat with you.
yeah.
Oh.
He looks Jewish up there. Hey, let's talk. Sure. You see.
Sure. So I was wondering what your perspective was about the preservation of the Bible and the Quran.
Right. The Quran has never been changed.
Never been changed. So there's only one Quran.
Yeah, it's only one version of the Quran.
Only one version of the Quran.
Yeah, and since then, like, people have been able to recite it, even if all the Qurans were burned, we'd be able to.
Right. Because the oral tradition, you know exactly what it is, so you can recite it.
I can't recite it, but people can memorize it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, brothers can.
So do you accept that there's 10 qira'at of the Quran, 10 different readings?
Sure.
Okay, but those 10 different readings are obviously different, right?
Okay.
So if they're different, then there's not one Quran, there's 10 Qurans.
Okay.
So do you take that back, that there's only one Quran?
That's the first time I've heard that.
I said it to you, you accepted it, so I assume you know about it, right? You're not just taking my word for it.
What are the 10 versions?
No, so there's different recitations, just like there's different accents. There's a British accent, there's a Texas accent, there's an English accent.
They're not accents.
Different accent. Who are you gonna believe, a Muslim or a Christian?
So
really? Is that what it boils down to? Just believe.
The difference between the qira'at? Like,
yeah, of course. So there's a famous one. Muhammad Hijab will tell you this. Because I had a chat with him about it. So you have in Surah Al-Fatiha, you have ayah 4. I think it's ayah 4. Yeah. So Maliki al-Madin or Maliki al-Madin, owner or king in Arabic. They're two different words. So if you want to read up about this, you can get a book called the 10 Qira'at of the Noble Quran by Dr. Fidel Suleiman, who worked for the British Foundation in Cairo, which is a Dawah Institute. And he's wrote a book about it, where he translates the Quran into English, but not just in one reading, he does it for all 10. So you can read the differences in the Quran for all different 10 valid readings according to Islamic scholars.
Great.
Cool. So do you accept then that the Quran is not perfectly preserved?
No, I'll read that book and I'll see if that's the case. It's the first time I've heard that.
Okay. Well, all right. I think you can see the point that the Quran isn't perfectly preserved, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
That's according to you.
Well, that's according to the scholars I quoted. I mean, you can ask Muhammad Hijab, he has the same view.
Because the question is, which one is divinely revealed?
Well, it gets a bit more complicated because there's supposed to be 7 aluf.
Also, keep in mind that you guys are Christians. You guys misinterpret everything.
Okay. So that's called ad hominem.
Why would we
that's called ad hominem.
That's you think a man is God.
That's ad hominem. Ad hominem. Calm down. No need to attack someone.
No, I mean,
it's just ad hominem. Ad hominem means against them. It's a fallacy that people use in debate when they can't actually address the point.
I'm having a conversation.
So let's address the point. So according to Islamic Sunnah, the Hadith, Muhammad says there is 7 viable different ways that you can recite the Quran. They're called the Aruf. I can get the Hadith, it's Sahih Bukhari and others as well. So that must mean there are 7 ways of reciting the Quran. But according to your scholars, there's 10. How did that happen?
That's the first time I'm hearing that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You should look it up. Because what people are saying is that actually, Uthman, Uthman canonized the Quran. Do you know about that canonization process?
No.
Okay, so the third caliph.
People like that.
Yeah, so Uthman put together a committee around 652 time to around 656. And he put together this committee to collect different Quranic materials from different places because there were reports of people arguing about what the Quran was because they differed. He then decided to standardize it into one Qurayshi dialect, to one standard reading. And then he burnt all the other Quranic materials and he sent it out to the 5 different cities. So you had Kufa, Sham, Medina, Mecca, and so on. My point is that if there's meant to be 7 readings, where are they?
I don't know. Where do you think they are?
I think they were destroyed. I think that 6 out of 7 valid readings for your Quran are destroyed and they're not preserved.
They are within all the recitation we have today.
6 out of 7 is the majority. It's a vast majority.
Who do you think destroyed them?
This is my good friend Sam. He's a good guy. Love him. Absolutely love him.
Who do you think destroyed them?
Uthman.
Why do you
They are within.
I don't know. We don't know. I mean, it's a scholarly question. We don't actually know what Uthman destroyed. It just says that there were Quranic manuscript material that was destroyed. It was burnt, but they never elaborate on what that was. So in effect,
you don't think you're just projecting about how all the
is this another ad hominem?
Just a
another ad hominem? Okay, it's ad hominem.
Projecting?
That's a
Because how all the Bible.
Hold on.
You don't think you're just projecting?
Hold on.
You're going to speaker's corner.
That's a two-core
You
fallacy.
don't think you're just projecting your insecurity?
Ad hominem.
Brother, that's a two-core fallacy. Whether it was or was not the case that the Bible was preserved or not.
Because that's why I notice about Christians. You guys just project your insecurities about your religion.
You going?
onto Muslims.
Whoa. You going? He walked off. Right.
On, and
That was the
you say,
quickest
well, what
debate
about
ever.
the Bible? That's fallacious as well. Have you basic,
I don't know.
I'm a conversationalist. I don't have debates.
Do you want to have debate? Do you want to debate? Do you
I
want to
don't
debate?
know how to debate. I just know how.
You know how to win?
Yeah, because that's what you tried to do
Sounds
to me
bad.
as well. You tried to turn it on to
Don't you think
us
you're
instead of answering
like
the question,
number one
right?
objective?
Would you like to debate?
No, I don't.
No, you don't
I'm
want
not.
to
I'm just good. I think you have intentions. Of
Yeah, I just generally want Muslims to know what scholarship says, and then they can make their own mind up.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to approach it.
Good. All right, take care. Well, that was a lot shorter than I was expecting. I was expecting something longer than that. I came in with basically 2 points, that there is not one single Quran. There's a very minimum 10, according to the scholars of today. I quoted a source, I quoted a book that he could read this from. There are 10 different qira'ats. So he said, I have no idea. And then, which I kind of hope would be, he'd know a bit more by now. I know he's been a Muslim for, I think, maybe over a year or something like that. I don't know, but someone hasn't told him the truth about the Quran. He's been told, and he told me straight at the beginning, there is one perfectly preserved Quran, but when I said, actually, here's some evidence to the contrary, it all fell apart, which is a shame, really. I hope that Sneako actually goes back and looks at these claims and does his own study of the evidence, because the evidence is overwhelming, and it comes from Islamic scholars. That's the funny thing. I'm quoting him, Islamic scholars, and he's like, well, I don't want to know this, and then he leaves. He walks away, which is a shame. Muslims cannot defend their doctrine of perfect preservation. It is a falsehood. It is evident. And I then brought up the point about the aruf, the fact that there's meant to be 7 acceptable modes of the Quran. Where are they? No one knows where they are. They've gone missing. 6 out of 7 different variants of the Quran have gone, which seems a bit bad to me. But hey, hopefully Sneako can go look that up and find out more for himself. And hopefully this will be the first step into leading him back to Christ. Have a genuine faith with Christ, to have truth with you and not be fighting against truth like the Muslims are today. Sneako, I hope sincerely you do come to Christ. It would be better than succeeding in falsehood that Islam is. So God bless you all. Come to Christ. Have a great day. God bless.
Thank you, Iceman.